Good afternoon. This is Parker Ellenberg here. This is update 1 on what is now Hurricane Elsa. This is July the 2nd, 2021. As you see, going here, as Elsa currently is a 85 mile per hour hurricane with a minimum voltage pressure of 991 millibars. It was last located at 13.7 degrees north, 61.5 degrees west. Now, this is the current key messages for Hurricane Elsa. As you can see, hurricane conditions are expected in the next warning in the hurricane warning areas. The Windward Islands for the next few hours. Tropical storm conditions are expected in other portions of the Windward and Leeward Islands. Hurricane conditions are expected. Hurricane warning area in Haiti on Saturday. Tropical storm conditions are expected with the hurricane conditions possible along the southern coast of the Dominican Republic and in Jamaica. There's increasing risk of strong winds, storms, turbulent rainfall impacts in portions of Cuba this weekend and early next week, with impacts also possible in the Turks and Caicos and the Bahamas. Interest in these areas should monitor Elsa's progress and updates for the forecast. And finally, there's a risk of storm surge, wind, and rainfall impacts in the Florida Keys. How this forecast remains larger than usual due to Elsa's potential interaction with the Greater Antilles this weekend. Interest in Florida should monitor Elsa's progress and updates for the forecast. Next, here we go. As you see, this is the current forecast cone. As you see, tropical storm warnings out of effect for most of the Antilles. You see for Jamaica, hurricane warnings in effect. As you see, all the way for the Dominican Republic, tropical storm warnings in effect for all the eastern eastern parts of the eastern coast of the Dominican Republic. Hurricane warning extend from the central Dominican coast all the way to the western coast of Haiti. And then just around 8 a.m. Saturday, you probably will see more hurricane watches going up parts of Cuba, and potentially job storm warnings are watches as well. Looking up for posts for parts of maybe the Bahamas potentially, or if not for Florida. But if we look at that as time goes closer to then, and see this is the current HWR for running. You change that. But as you see, it has it basically threading the needle between both Jamaica and Dominican Republic and Cuba. If that happens, that very means possible we could see a potential major hurricane. Now, as this goes out in the future, I wouldn't take much of any model data right now into fruition because it was kind of skewed due to the missing of the Recon 12Z Recon run. For the first set of data to come in, so I wouldn't quite believe that. So as of right now, the models are kind of very uncertain. Past, I would say probably 12 p.m. Saturday. Other than that, models are very uncertain where the storm could go. So as we come in probably till tomorrow morning 8 a.m. by the next update at 8 a.m. tomorrow, that's probably when we will see how maybe track will play out. But again, there's a lot playing into this right now, especially for July. But it's very possible we could see anywhere from what is a Cat 1 now to maybe potential Category 3 hurricane then. But right now, as you can see, this is the total rainfall thanks to the GFS now. As you can see, from 10 to maybe 24 inches of rain falling on parts of Cuba and maybe just off the coast of Florida as well. But that very well could change more east or west. Again, it depends. Right now, surface temperatures for Elsa, looking at them right now, as you can see, they're roughly anywhere between 80 to maybe 83 degrees Fahrenheit, which is pretty warm for July, combined with the shear that's with the storm as well. The shear actually now is kind of helping the storm because the storm is going with the shear right now, so that's going to actually not really, kill the storm, but it's going to more or less help the storm, which it is right now. As you can see for the multi-diagnostic model comparison, you can see the HWR was all one gone on a limb there, running a at least a 115 knot storm. Most of our modelers are only running Cat 1 at roughly 80 knots or 85 knots at least, if you follow the LGM. And see the deep layer shear with the storm right now. Maybe at its lowest for a while, but it's slowly going to increase. But again, that can change via really any model right now. The sea surface temperatures, you can see they're kind of off the screen right there, but roughly it's at 28 to maybe 29 degrees Celsius, and the mid-level humidity is pretty good as well. You can see right now most of the models are in a good consensus that it may just thread that needle between Jamaica and Hispaniola right there. If that happens, or I should say Haiti, if that happens, that could spell double trouble, because if it does, that can again allow more time for the core to be over water for it to intensify. This is the current satellite imagery for Elsa. As you can see, just still kind of intensifying. It looks like the convection has been waning most of the time, but it is building the inner core. If that's the case, we really could see probably a 90-mile-an-hour storm by the next NHC update. Recon, I think, is going to go in there. They sent out 2 more missions. I know they had an April drops on mission earlier to get the environment ahead of the storm. But you can see a lot of convection blowing up over the center. There hasn't been as much lightning, so that may indicate at least a stop in intensification right now. But that just depends. We will see when Recon comes in. We can see this is again, this is from the now floaters. It's the geocolor imagery. Sorry for it being so glitchy. The satellite kind of dipped in and out of there. But that's that. And the last bit of satellite imagery you can see here. Really getting that typical hurricane look. As you can see, really beginning to spin. It was looking like a shrimp as it was just kind of made landfall on St. Vincent, and Caribbeans just kind of scraped the island, but it did make an actual landfall earlier. That was mainly confirmed by radar. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. And go follow our Twitter at weather_sky to get more info and updates on these storms. Make sure to thank you for watching and stay safe.